All right, guys, welcome back. Another episode of the E-Goobler podcast, and we got Clint and Edy in the house. And I met you guys like a year and a half ago. Maybe not quite that long, but we were at a mastermind event together, the program.
Correct.
And it was just like an event full of somehow fitness trainers from all over, and I was like
everybody was a fitness coach
except me.
Yes,
yeah, I was like, and I was like, oh my gosh, we got like Captain America, we got freaking NBA All-Star, we got like what the freak is going on, and they worked us pretty good at that one.
Oh yeah,
but you just become really good friends over that. You connect and you stay in touch. You never forget it, right? So it's cool to have you. You guys are kind of traveling the country right now.
Exactly, that's what we're doing. Every single state.
Every state.
Yeah, like every state of the U.S. but Alaska and Hawaii.
So you're not going to go outside of like the mainland?
No.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mainland.
But maybe one day.
Oh,
I mean, you have to.
Yeah, we're
one
thinking
day.
about going next year to Europe because you're from Spain. So
Yeah, so the reason why we started this trip is to impact people, you know, visit clients, grow, keep growing in our personal life, connect with God, and explore. There's so many hidden diamonds in this country, and we are at an age where if we don't do it now, later on it's gonna be impossible.
I think it's so awesome. You're both not married right now, and so you can have that freedom to go and do it, but you're choosing to do it to impact other people, which I think is so cool. And I think this podcast I know we're going to have a lot of value for people that are either struggling or want to do big things or just whatever. Like there's going to be some gold gems in here. So let's rock and roll a little bit. You guys have been friends now for
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. And I think that your story of how you met is really incredible. And how you guys kind of motivate each other and push each other in that accountability. Maybe dive into that a little bit, like how you guys met and like what you guys have been able to build together.
You want to take it away?
You want me to take it?
Yeah, you can take it.
All right, so I just finished this dark place of my life, where my basketball career sank. I just got divorced at a very young age. She was my everything, So to me, all of a sudden, my life goes down. My cousin passes away on a car accident. So I decided to relocate, from North Dakota to Tampa. My best friend is like, hey, come here, I'll host you for a month. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go crazy. So I started to go out almost every single day.
Yeah. When you say go out, you're partying.
Partying.
Just numbing the pain.
Drinking alcohol. Getting drunk every night, numbing the pain. It felt good. Let's get the next bottle next day. Something I have never done ever, because when I was in basketball, I stayed out of everything. I never drank like that. And one night, I met him. It was his last night as well. I'll let you say it.
Last night doing drugs.
Correct. And since that day, we connected so well. And one thing carried to the next one. And now we're here.
You guys started working out together because you had a fitness business, Clint.
Yeah.
And you've been going with that for a couple of years.
Yeah, I was running Limitless Coaching.
Yeah.
It was at the start of it. So we were just getting started.
Right.
Didn't know what I was doing. It was literally just like my first couple weeks in business. But I told Edy, it was like, I've been doing this for years. Because what happened was you were Ubering.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
And I was getting ready for competition. I didn't have a car. I was living in Land O'Lakes. The only reason I was in Tampa to visit Charles, which Prestige Investments, that's where we met because his mom wanted to buy real estate here.
Huh.
But I had to put one of those to the side, so I focused on Limitless. And then I was like, you want to work out together? He was in a dark time. So then we started working out, and then he wanted to become a fitness coach. And I was like, all right, well, if I did it, I can teach you. So then I started mentoring. And then from there,
it was just growing. Like a constant, like he said, Uber was something that actually my psychologist told me, hey, you got to find a job where you can talk to people all day and you get to know your surroundings. So this doesn't look like outside your comfort zone. Right. And that's what I did. And I remember waking up around 4 p.m. actually, going to work at 5 p.m. And I will work from 5 p.m. all the way to 5 a.m. And at 5 a.m., I will drive to him 45 minutes. Yep. I'll pick him up, go to the gym. Yep. And from the gym, work out and then go back, sleep, around 8 a.m. You know, I'll be already in bed, and the next day, and we did that week after week after week after week.
Yeah.
And you could see this transformation on him, and you could see like, hey, I actually started to slim down. You know, all the alcohol that I gained actually like 25 pounds.
Empty calories.
Yep. You know, it was a lot.
But I think this is what, like, I think maybe the point to dive into a little bit, if you're okay with this, is like human beings in general, when we're hurting, we seek out some kind of numbing agent.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to find something. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of different kinds.
For sure.
It could be Netflix.
Yep.
It could be porn. It could be alcohol. It could be drugs. Yep. There's so many different things that we could use. It could just be scrolling on your phone for 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because that's giving you a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
But coming off that,
mm-hmm.
how was that? Because the story that you just told was like, hey, we met and like we were good to go. Like we're ready to rock and roll. There's no way, right? Like maybe, I mean, you could be the exception. What was that like? Like, how did you support each other? And like, what was the drive for you to stop?
In my calling was super hard because it was on a Sunday. I went to church and I started crying, man. Like, and this guy comes to me. I was like, what's going on, man? You know? And I just couldn't even talk. You know, when you cry that you cannot even talk, like you are like
mm-hmm.
breathing, like crying.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, calm down. I'll wait for you, you know? And I told him exactly how broken I was. You know, like I was like, look, I'm forcing myself to do things. I just lost this life. I lost what I thought it was the one of my life. I don't know what else to do, you know? And he was like, you know what? I'm a psychologist and I'm going to help you. I was like, look, I just got out of college. You know, like, I have some savings from...
I don't have much money.
I don't have money to pay you. I'm sorry. I'm going to pay you. Don't worry. I'm going to cover the whole thing. It's on me. I just ask you that one day, you pay forward.
So it's almost like God led you to this guy that
100%.
That helped you.
It was a divine appointment. I know that.
So you had a counselor, a therapist, a life coach in a way.
I don't think I would be here if that person wasn't that day in church.
It was like an angel in your life.
100%. And
insane.
It's hard for me to talk about it because going back to those feelings, but knowing that he was there also. And we, like, he had his struggles, I had my struggles. And it just became like this supportive competition, like healthy competition.
Sure.
It's like, hey, I'm going to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. Because I know that if I didn't do this, he wasn't going to be able to elevate and vice versa, you know, to the point where, you know, he mentored me, you know, my business skyrocketed, you know, last July, you know, and he started to be like, wow, Edy, things go good, you know. His business was doing great, and you know he had some business partners, you know.
I
remember that
a fallout.
Yeah, I remember
in our company.
They fall out. Rihanna's coaching started actually to go bigger, and I was like, hey, you're my best friend. Why don't we actually team up?
Yeah,
come together and make it happen.
Yeah,
there is no sense, you know. Like we are each other's competition, you know. Why don't we actually try to keep impacting people together, you know?
Yeah.
What I lack, you have. And what you lack, I have it, you know? And that's what we did.
That's so cool. What I'm hearing, and that I want everybody to hear from this, and whatever you choose to hear, I think you can hear whatever you want to hear. I don't want to just like force it down your throat. But the power of proximity is a big thing. And I have a friend, and in fact, we share the mutual friend. So Cole Taylor, he went and lived in, I think it was Denver. Was it Colorado?
Yep.
And he went there chasing a girl. Didn't work out, but he got out of shape. You know, he was traveling a lot, and he had all these like different excuses. And he told me that while he was there, this is my point, a lot of his friends, like when there was a party or something, be like, dude, it's just a piece of cake. Like, just chill, just relax. Like, just eat the cake. Quit counting your calories and like quit doing your macros. Like, just live a little. And those were the types of friends that he had there. That was their mindset. When he chose to kind of end things with the girl and move back to Tulsa, he moved back with his friend Aaron Nimmo, and then you have Coach JC, you have Cody Jefferson, all those people that are way into fitness, and he's shredded right now. And one of the things he told me is he's like, the difference is when we go out to eat, everybody's ordering healthy stuff. If I even if it even comes out of my mouth that I'm having dessert, people are like, bro, what are you doing? Like, don't give that up. Like, you've worked so hard. Like, why would you? It's the complete opposite, right? And so you guys were that for each other. And we all need that, like, especially dudes. Like, we need a friend. We need another male, as awesome as women are, because I love my wife too. But, like, there is a certain, like, I think there's a reason why we need brotherhood, I think is the right word in our life.
100%.
Do you agree?
Oh, agree, 100%. It's like when you're on prep right now, because you know what's crazy is he's about to enter the same competition I did 2 years ago and step on stage. When I was getting him out of that depression, that dark time, he's getting me out of that same thing I was in 20 days ago, and he's stepping on that same stage.
Crazy.
Which is wild when you think about it. But when you talk about prep, we're on the road for the next 60 to 90 days. Like, he is so on point.
Tough,
We have a rice cooker. We have an air fryer. The chicken is done. The rice is done. Everything is perfect. There's no excuses.
While you're traveling.
Yeah.
Some days we have to stop at a gas station or rest stop, but the meals have to be there, you know? There's only one option, man, and it's win, you know? And I'm not doing that for a trophy. It's just because, first of all, I want to walk the talk. And second, I know that I'm going to motivate so many other people, you know, to be better. And that's my only goal right now. You know, like, I think that we're at times right now where the whole world needs leaders. You know, like, it's the time to step up to the next level. It's the time to show new ways. And if you can just put like a year of your life just to help people, or like, you know, like impacting, you know, and keep going, you know, like set little goals, you know, people are just going to follow.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to be a celebrity to do it. I'm not, you know, and I know that I'm impacting many people. So
yeah. What you said just barely, like, little goals. I had a friend reach out to me and say, like, that they had read something in a book where little goals are so important. So little goals, like, even when they're walking, the little goal would be to step on every crack in the sidewalk. Like, that simple, but it's achievable, very achievable. Or, like, to pick a leaf off of every bush that they pass. Like, so simple, right? Or to, you know, eat something for breakfast for 3 days in a row, or just one day. But super, super small goals, because your brain actually gets the same hit as if it's like a medium-sized or big goal a lot of the times. And it's training your brain to just feel that success, and you create the habit of, like, achieving your goals. And I thought, that's so genius. Like, just if we just keep those small little goals, and now, and obviously, like, fitness, dude, it's tough. Like, to hit all of your macros, to get on stage and to be able to count your calories and be on the road and still be able to go and prep, that's freaking hard. I mean, it's hard to do it regardless, just like at your house.
And everybody that we are meeting on the road, and I'm saying everybody, like people that we know, clients, you know, even people that we met 2 days ago, and they're like, hey, I want to take you guys to dinner. It's actually hard, but it became so easy to say, like, hey, look, I appreciate you.
These goals.
I evaluate, but why don't actually we go for like a cup of coffee later, or like a workout, or like, hey, you know, you eat, but I'm gonna bring my own chicken and rice, you know, like, or whatever that meal is about, you know. So it just takes, I mean, resilient, relentless type of mindset to do that. And not just me, like everybody who competes. And I don't think that people understands, you know, that specific mindset, what it takes to get to an stage, you know, like people who get to stages is like,
it's a whole different level.
It's a whole different level. You know, because then you start to lack of calories, and
then still work out hard.
Oh man, like I still have to work hard. There's some days, you know, that I wake up so grumpy. You know, like it's like,
I'm like,
oh my gosh, you know, and I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry, you know, low carb day. It's gonna be a day, you know, like I'm a little grumpy.
It's a thing,
you know, and it's just another like profession. It's like an athlete, you know, like so even you know what it takes to get ready for like that body performance.
I know what it's like to cut.
Know?
I haven't been on stage yet. I think I will one day. But yeah, I get frustrated. And then you have kids, and they start pushing your buttons, and it's tough.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wife, kids, family, business. I mean, it's tough. But
that's awesome, and I'm glad that you touched about kids, because that's actually the goal of relentless coaching, is to transform and help generational trees. What you're doing right now, and if you're a dad, if you are a mom, I'm sure that you remember, if not everything, like so many things that your parents did, you know. And as a dad, you are just setting the high standards for your kids right there. You know, like, hey, I'm, you know, building a business. You know, I'm successful. I'm building a family. I'm successful, and on top of all these, you know, I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
the standard.
That's the standard.
Yep.
You know, and at the end of the day, your daughter is gonna marry the daddy.
Right.
You know, in terms of like, she's gonna try to find someone just with the same qualities as you. To your daughter, you are the perfect man.
Yep.
You know, and I always said this: my mom is a blessing and a curse because she's perfect. But I'm
OCD
having
perfect.
so much trouble finding someone with those qualities. You know, and like she's a wife, she's a woman. You know, like, it's like, wow. You know, so you're doing the same, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, dude. And going back to one of the things you said of leadership, and Clint, I'm going to ask you this because, you know, you're doing drugs and then doing the things now that you've been able to do, and like I kind of mentioned before, dude, it doesn't matter if it's drugs or alcohol, whatever your sedation is. Like, everybody's got something. But in that sedation, I know from me in my life with what mine was and is, it's like in those moments, I think back, I didn't feel like a leader. I needed a leader. I needed somebody to help me. I mean, you talked about the guy in church, right? But for you, I think maybe there's a couple questions like, what did it feel like? Like, is that true that you know, you're a leader now? And you're leading a lot of people in your business. How did you get there, man? Like, I could just imagine somebody listening to this right now. I'm like, my life is just crap. And I don't know if I can be like these guys. I don't know if I can start a business. I don't know if I can be a leader. You're talking about we need leaders. Like, well, maybe their self-talk is, well, I got this problem, so I can't be a leader. Yeah. What do you tell somebody like that? Because you guys were both there, but I want to hear your side.
The number one thing is your proximity is power, right? So your environment. I was hanging out with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, staying out late at night, going to the clubs, not worrying about what I had to wake up in the morning. Like, I had no direction in my life whatsoever. That's why I joined Apex. When you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, high achievers, people that want to do more in life, and then you're up against their standards, well, it's completely different.
Yeah.
These guys are making millions of dollars, helping hundreds of thousands of people. I was just this small little guy just trying to start a fitness company.
Right.
You know, I had no idea what I wanted to do. So for me to be in those rooms, I think that was what motivated me, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're scared. Like, you're really scared at that point. But you need to just do it.
Yeah.
Like, people need to hear your story. That's one. Tell your story. You need to be vulnerable. People are going through a lot worse situations than you.
I love that.
So if you can tell your story and help people and impact people in that way, that's the first step. And then don't be scared to start. You're never going to know what happens.
Yeah.
If you don't start.
I love that.
That's deep.
Lean into it.
Lean into it, for sure.
Just like, I was talking to my brother, and you guys know my brother because you guys trained him, and we can get into that a little bit. We were talking about, like, the last couple of years for him is he's just learned how to lean into pain. Whereas before, he was kind of always taught and always felt like he would hide from pain, run from pain, but the pain never left. It was always there. It was always there waiting for him because he didn't lean into it. But I think that's so good. I hope everybody listen to that. Is like, just get yourself around higher level people, and whatever it takes, whatever pain you need to go through to get there, just get there. Whatever money it takes to get there, because it's not cheap.
No,
like, it's not cheap.
I spent my last $2,500 to go to Apex.
There you go.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Can I pay rent? But you just got to trust in yourself. Believe.
Yep. And I think that's key too. Trust in yourself, because when you don't do it, I say this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't pay the money, what I feel like you're really saying is, I don't believe in myself as an earner that I'm going to get an ROI. Exactly. I don't believe in myself enough that I'm going to work hard to be able to make this happen. Yeah. And so you won't spend the money.
100%.
It's like any sale.
Yeah.
It's like anybody you talk to, any client that comes in, it's the same way.
Confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
Key. And we were talking about it like 2 days ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We've been reading the Bible so much, you know, and one of the verses says, like, it was talking about, hey, you were born with gifts that I gave you, and to use those gifts, you gotta be confident, because if you're not confident, you're not going to be able to give those gifts to people around you 100%. You know, and it's true.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, like, I've seen him, you know, be all the way to the top. I've seen him going all the way down.
Yeah.
You've seen me going all the way from down to the top to bottom. And this is not like an easy road, I'll be honest. You know, like, some days are better, some days are less good, let's say that, you know. And going back to that mental toughness, you know, that you was talking, that your brother talked about as well, we became with this, you know, like, actually, like, fact. Right now, we're actually not working out for looks. We're not working out for to feel good. I mean, those things you want that, you know.
It's gonna happen. It's
right now, this trip, we're working out for mental toughness. You know, because we know that hard times are gonna come, no matter what. You know, like, you can be one day all the way to the top, which is what happened to me. You know, like 2.5 years ago, when the day before, you know, like, my life went rock bottom. You know, like, I was decorating the house with my ex-wife. I went to bed. I was so happy, man. And the next day, everything started to drop. Boom, 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 boom. You know, and that's what made me learn. Like, you just gotta keep, like, battling. Like, there's never gonna be a stop.
Yeah.
You know, but like that mental toughness. If you get ready, you know, like that mental conditioning. You know, like, people gets ready for a marathon, they gotta condition their lives. You know, their cardio. You know, all that. So when
got a phone call, that's cool.
That's awesome.
They didn't have it on airplane mode. But hey, that's the first time in the podcast it's happened. That's awesome.
That's very good, you know. You know. So
mental conditioning.
Mental conditioning. You gotta do also mental conditioning, you know, like, it's not just like physical conditioning, you know, like, you gotta do like any type of conditioning, you know, faith conditioning, family conditioning, business conditioning, mental conditioning, like, even diet conditioning, you know, like, you gotta get to that right mindset in order to get to the next level, you know. So
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I think when you talk about that mental conditioning and all the things that you said, and it's a marathon, one of the things that strikes me is I know way too many people that have committed suicide in this last year. And I was reading a study that was done that if you consume just anything on your phone, like social media, for 2 hours a day, that's pretty normal. Like, you're not going to see a ton of negative side effects. But if you consume social media for like over 4 hours, your likelihood of having suicidal thoughts goes up 30%. Wow. If you consume it for 6 hours, it goes up 70%. Having thoughts of, like, suicidal thoughts, not actually doing it, but like having those thoughts to do it, which could lead to it. You want to know what the national average is of consumption on your phone per day?
I want to know.
Like 10 hours?
9 hours. 9 hours. So at 6 hours a day, you're 70% more likely to have suicidal thoughts. What does that mean? It means a lot of people are having suicidal thoughts, and we're not talking about it. And we're not talking about it. But it happens, right? And so life, I see as a marathon. We have to have this mental toughness, this conditioning, because this is such a gift that we have to be able to go and work and learn and fail and pick ourselves back up and deal with addiction and overcome and reach out to God or Christ or whatever, and to pull us out, to have friends, to be able to, like, all that emotion. Like, I just feel like if we're sitting up there, if this really happened, I don't know, but if we're sitting up there with God and we're like, yeah, I want to come down and I want to experience this, we're choosing all of that. We're choosing the good, the bad, the pain, the happiness, we're ups and the downs. And it's like, now we're living it. Like, this is it. Why end it? Why leave it early? It's because, like, we've got to set our mindset right. We got to do the work to be able to stay here. I think that we think that it's all going to go away. I don't think it does.
You know, a big thing that I was doing was I was working on my fitness. I was working on my nutrition. I looked amazing, but I wasn't working on my mind. I can tell you right now, you can have a six-pack, but you can have the worst mindset and you can be dead the next day. Because 2 months ago, you know, I was at that point where I was going to commit suicide. Like, I didn't even contact him. I went to the VA for 5 days in a room that was underground. I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
Wow.
But that right there, like it was a wake up call for sure. And I still didn't wake up. He still had to come to me and like, you know, let's go, dude. Come on. You're here for a purpose. You're on purpose for a purpose. Like you have a life to live.
Yeah.
So I think a big thing that men don't do is they don't reach out to anybody.
Yep.
Because they feel ashamed.
Yes.
They feel fearful, you know, of where they are in life. Everybody goes through something.
Yes.
But you have to reach out to somebody, talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So the more you just like, you're with your thoughts, the darkness will come in.
Yes. Dude, that's so good. I'm so glad you shared that. I think there's people that needed to hear that. That's so good. Thanks for sharing that. I've had similar thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that keeps me going when I have those dark, dark thoughts when they come in is my kids need me.
Yes.
My kids need me. My family needs me. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. No matter how this feels, it creeps in. I don't know if any generation of time has ever felt as much of that as we do because of the technology and things that really just get us depressed. And it's just the world that we live in. It's fast paced. Right. I don't think we've evolved as fast as humans, as fast as technology has, and it kind of is overwhelming. Mm-hmm. But that's what keeps me going.
You gotta celebrate setbacks. I could understand that for a while, but the moment that I actually started celebrating, you know, like a breakup, celebrate it. You are one step closer to your wife. You know, an injury, it's okay. You're gonna rehab that area and it's gonna grow stronger.
Yeah.
You know, you actually, like a lot of times when people have setbacks, you know, somehow they take a step back, you know, but in all reality, you just gotta get ready for the comeback.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like whenever you have a setback, don't take a step back, get ready for the comeback. Yeah. That's exactly what it is, you know.
The greater the struggle, the greater the applause at the end, right?
And it's hard because he has been going through a lot this year. 2023 so far has been a year for me full of setbacks. You know, like I finished 2022 in business, in family, faith, focus, all the pillars, you know, like I was like, wow, life is so good. You know, I'm back at it. Let's do it. 2023 started and I go to the gym, man, hernia. You know, like literally popped out. You know, February comes around. I was like, it's okay. Let's see if I just pull a muscle. You know, like I'm gonna wait to go to a doctor. I go to a doctor. I was like, hey, you need surgery in 2 weeks. It's like it's actually like if not, we're gonna be dealing with serious problems. You know, or like, all right, let me call my family so they know. Let me tell my circle. You know, and the doctor is like, you're going to be recovering for, you know, like only need 8 weeks, you know. He told me 8 weeks. Yeah, it was actually like 20 weeks recovery, you know. And
it's not easy for any human being, but especially for men.
No, like
we're not made to sit. Yeah. And I think somebody's been so active.
And for Edy, he's not like I'm hyper, you know, like I love to exercise. Like you take like exercise is my medicine. Yes. You know, like that's how I deal with everything. If I feel good, I go to the gym. If I don't feel good, I go to the gym. If I have stress, I go to the gym. You know, like everything evolves around exercise because that's the way that I was raised, you know, with around sports my whole life. You know, I come from a family history of professional athletes, and that's the only thing that, you know, like, hey, are you feeling okay? Here's the basketball. Go play outside. Yeah. you know, like, Edy, I think you're moody. Here's the basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it was just like that, you know, like you just gotta, you know, like keep pounding in life. You know,
no matter the setback. I found that you set goals and you make plans in your life, but it never quite goes as you like wanted to. Like one of the things for me is 2.5 years ago, and I don't know if I've even told you guys this. 2.5 years ago, I set out on my storage facility. Like it was my dream for like years before that, right? And it was like me and my wife were like, we're gonna build a storage facility. It's gonna be awesome. So we find the land, pay for it cash, find partners, put it together, hire a contractor, get an architect, get an engineer, get with the city, like get everything put together, and we start building. COVID hits, so the material costs go through the roof. Delays in product, like so every single month we're paying like $30,000 a month. in construction cost, which starts to add up when you're late, plus all the, the cost of material. Now, I still wanted to keep it. We just got C of O like a month and a half ago, something like that. I still wanted to keep it. We could still make it work. My partners wanted to sell. Like, dude, I don't want to sell this. This is in my mind, this was my 10-year plan. Like, when this is paid off, this is going to bring me somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000 a month in cash flow. Like, this is something that's generational. I want to keep forever. Mm-hmm. Plus, I had the ability to buy out my partners and make more.
Right.
And I'm like, no, like, I want to keep this. Well, they wanted to sell it. So we sold it. And did I make money? Yes. Mm-hmm. Was it what I wanted? No. Was it the plan? No. Do I got to figure it out now? Yes. Do I know what I'm going to do? No. I bought a duplex and I'm under contract on a fourplex and I'm just trying to put it together. Like, I'm just taking action. I'm just taking the next best step. Right. But life doesn't always go the way that you want it to go.
Never.
But you just got to just pick the next best door. And God will like open the next one and the next one. As long as we're moving, I feel like God will always show you the next door. But if you just stay stagnant and you don't try, God can't open the next door because you're not moving. Mm-hmm. I feel like.
Oh, 100%. I didn't move for months, and there was no doors being opened.
Literally.
And we get on.
The only door was the only door was me opening your. Are you okay?
And then we go on this trip, and then we have doors open to us.
Yes,
that we never
you meeting people and opportunities
in every area of like even I believe in the law of attraction.
100%.
Even our vibration to people. Like
yes, energy.
We walk on the street now, and actually people come to us, and we talk to this person the other day. I was like, just like positivity, like it's like. I want to go talk.
Are these females? Like, let's be honest. You can't just say that. Like, are these males or females? Because I can see females coming up to you. Like, that's a different thing. Okay, it might not be your energy. It might
we are
be your
super
looks.
focused on ourselves right now. Like right now, it's time for us. Time for us, for God, and to impact people. That has been the number one thing that we have told each other. Mm-hmm. And when distractions come around, we remind each other like, hey, let's go. Remember, like we are on this mission right now. But you gotta move. I understand that, and I agree with that. Because if you just stay stagnant, like not only that, but you're gonna just get into this deep hole. A year ago when he started with his depression, I was like, hey, I have been there, man. I'm gonna give you my testimonial on depression. You are in a good place right now. You just have to keep working. And somehow he kept going. And now he looks at pictures. A year ago, I was like, wow, man, I was looking so good, Like, I love it. It's like, like, you don't realize, like, like, actually right now is the best moment to work, like, to keep going, to get out of everything, And that's something that needs to become more, like, an easy talk. Like we need to, as men, we need to support other men struggling.
Yes.
Like it's okay to struggle. Yeah. It's okay to cry. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be vulnerable with the wife, with the girl, whatever. Like it's okay to be you. And a lot of people,
I think guys understand that it's okay. It's just that they still feel it's like okay if you come to me, and I'm here for you.
Yes.
But I won't open up and share my stuff. I think that's maybe where that's where we struggle.
Yeah.
It's like we're very accepting, I think, as men, but for some reason we think if we share it, that people won't. Mm-hmm. They'll poo-poo on it, step on it, tell somebody, ruin our business, our life, whatever. Yeah. And we just have this story that plays. Yeah. And so we don't. But it's the opposite, almost 100% of the time.
When we shared our story, it was business came in.
Yeah.
People related to us. They understand we were human.
Yeah.
We're not just we're fitness coaches that just have these bodies and we're, want to train you.
Yeah.
No, we care about you.
Yeah.
You've been through stuff in our life.
Yes.
We can help you get over yours too.
And every time that we go through a setback, we actually apply it. Like right now, Clint is journaling everything because he knows that some people are going to go through this, so we can help them.
Yeah.
I journal my whole rehab after surgery, like in terms of like physical and mental, as well. Like what helped me, what didn't work, Even when I got COVID, I actually journal every single thing, every food that helped me feel better. Like it just helps you. you know. But there's just like this image of like the man. You gotta be the man. You know, like, oh, the man doesn't have feelings. The man doesn't cry. The man is
stoic.
Okay. You know, I was like, hey, what the heck, you know? Like,
You gotta have both. I mean, you gotta be able to be the man. You gotta be the beast.
Of course.
You gotta have both. You gotta be able to know when to pull each one out. And when you're talking about journaling, it was something that I heard the other day that I loved so much. You know, when you're writing, because you're both journalers, and I like journaling too. And so, for those that don't journal, like, here, this is for you, and this is why you should do it. As you journal, if you think about it, like, your brain just thinks at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You know how you can think like 3 or 5 thoughts at the same time, but there's no way it can come out of your mouth, right? So your brain is just working so fast, but you can only write so fast. So it forces your brain to slow down, to focus on one thing, and to dump it onto a page. And then you're slowing down your thought process. That revved up brain calms you down. So I like to do it before bed. Because then I'm dumping everything that I learned for that day, my takeaways, my experiences, maybe something I just want to remember. I dump it onto the page, and I feel like it's almost like, and I plan for the next day so that I can go to bed at peace knowing that I'm ready for the next day. And it's almost like in hockey they have the Zamboni. So they go out, you know, and they make all these like marks on the ice and stuff, and the Zamboni comes and what does it do? It like just makes it all clear again. To me, that's what journaling is. It's the Zamboni that goes over my mind, and it's just like now it's all clear,
accurate,
and I can think clearly.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I used to do that with work too, because you know how you're like, all right, I need to stop work. I need to get this off my mind. I'd write down everything that I need to do for the next day, put it in a drawer, shut it. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Go home to your family. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time, everything in our thoughts, we just keep thinking and thinking.
Yes.
Journal.
It loops.
You put it onto paper, and it's like it's not erased, but it's like it's gone.
Yes.
You can finally start to feel like at peace.
Yes. Yeah. You dumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just a garbage can that's overflowing.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah.
We need to get on this topic before we end this for sure, because you guys have been instrumental in my brother. And we're talking about, you know, depression. We're talking about dark times, and you've helped him through a really dark time in his life. And now this is something that he struggled with his whole life, was his weight. So he was almost 300 pounds. We met at the program in Nashville, Tennessee. And you came up to me and said, I kind of shared my brother's story and that I was trying to help him, you know, and you're like, hey, I want to train him for free.
Yeah.
Like, we have a couple scholarships. We don't do it for everybody, but I would love to give your brother this scholarship and be able to help him.
Yeah.
Which is huge, because my brother, especially at that time, didn't have a lot of money. I know he would have never spent the money to do that, but it was like the perfect timing for him. He was far enough along in his journey where that was the perfect time to insert you guys into his life. And then it was like, you know, he was kind of like, he was stuck at like maybe like 270 or something. You guys got him, and it was just like he just had so much, it's like a ton of results and weight loss. Take me through that. Like, what was that like, maybe training my brother? You know, I'm curious to know your guys' side, because a lot of people that listen to this and they know me, they have seen my brother. I post that on my story. So what was that like in your guys' perspective, training Mark?
To me, it was a blessing.
Yeah?
First of all, I think that it wasn't me, it wasn't us. Actually, it was actually you who started this. You know, like, if you would not have talked that day, talking about your own story, which we go back, like, you have to talk about your story. You talk about your brother, that he started to think about dying. You know, like, and as soon as you said that, you know, like, he could like, the doctor told him, hey, you can die any day from now, you know, with your health. As soon as you said that, to me, it was an opportunity to make my promise true. What I told the psychologist, I promise you, one day I will not charge a person. Like, I will actually do it.
Wow.
That was my time has come to help, you know. And that's why I actually did it, you know. The Arenas Coaching Scholarship was something that I started, you know, with local people and myself, you know. Like, actually, every month I started to put money into the business account, because I knew that one day I wanted to give that to someone. Yeah. You know, and being able to do that, you know. Your brother has been nothing but a blessing in hard work, dedication, and the satisfaction that you see when a man is actually like, you see the progress not only on his physical, but also mental, and also he started to lead the family even better and better, and showing up more energetic,
different, yep.
you know, and stronger. And you could see Annalise, the wife, you know, like I'm more proud. Not saying that she wasn't proud, because since day one, but it's like, wow, sexy. You know,
it's more of a connection for sure.
Yeah, even today, we went to lunch with them, you know, and I was talking and I was giving him some, like, you know, like pointers, and then all of a sudden the wife is like, "Oh, that's hot," you know, like, wow, like that's sexy, you know. And I was just telling her, like, yeah, like you're actually like in this top percentage right now, like it's really good, you know. He did an amazing job, you know, something that is not easy, but he did such an amazing, like, he did that for the kids. You know, I remember one time, remember my mission is to change generational trees. I know that if the mommy and the daddy eat healthy, the kids are gonna start to eat healthy. They're gonna stay fit. And I remember one time, and he knows this, he sent me a message. You're not gonna believe this. My kid just gave me a hug, and she told me, it's the first time that I can wrap my arms around you. I don't remember when I was, but I remember that I started crying. Like, it was like, wow, like this is so good, you know, this is so awesome. And today we actually took a picture of the daughter wrapping him around, you know. It's just like one of those things, like we talk about leading from the front, but he actually like walked the talk, and the kids, you know, saw it, you know, like today, daddy got healthy, you know, like daddy is strong, like those things, you know, like he doesn't even understand. I don't think he understands yet the amazing power and impact that he has created around his family. You know, now who's following the steps? The wife. The wife, the kids, you know, like boom, boom, boom. Like I'm blessed that I went to Nashville. I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know, like
Cole told me to invite one person.
Invite one person.
I was like, hey, you want to come?
Like, let's do it.
And it was like,
and I almost don't even make it, you know. And I'm just glad that we met. Like, you spoke, like we went through that, connected with your brother. And I remember your brother at first was like, I need to think about it, because if I come in, I really want to do it well.
That's totally how he is.
Take your time. That's fine.
And I knew when he started that he was committed. Like, I just know Mark well enough. Like, he's a competitive guy. He's always been competitive.
Super.
And he also had that, you know, like, experience where he's ready to make a change. So I also knew that. But when and I think it's my family in general, when we commit to something, like, we're committed. So we pay attention to what we commit to. And we don't just say, and then, like, just make up some BS excuse. And so when he decided that he was all in and he told me, I was like, this is going to be good.
Yeah,
this is going to be good.
It was good. And some people that we sign up is like, I want to pay you because I know that if I pay you, I'm going to do it. He was actually on a scholarship. Like, he didn't have any, like, he could have been like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't have anything forcing me, like, to do it. You know, but he did it every day. And it wasn't hard, you know. Like, I mean, he created this love relationship for food, which he didn't have. You know, I remember, like, also texting me, can I have some M&Ms? I was like, yeah, just a little bit. You know, like, you don't have to actually don't eat them. You know, just make sure to create that love relationship, you know. Like, some people eat for hours, you know, like, you can have a burger every now and then. I mean, is it the best quality in nutrition? You know, no, but enjoy life. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be like,
it's sustainable. Like, then it becomes a sustainable thing. Yeah, and it's not just something that's a fad.
And this happened to us many times. You were talking about the Cole. You know how he moved from Colorado, you know, like, we had to put those friends away, and it became something that it was very hard. To right now, it's like, okay, you don't support me, like, you don't see this that I want to do. It was nice seeing you. Yeah. You know,
my word, screw you.
No.
And I don't mean it in a mean way at all, but that is how my brain kicks them out. I just say, screw you. If you're not coming on this boat with me, this is my life and everybody else is just living in it. Yeah. And if you don't want to come along for the ride, screw you. And I'm just going to go. And mean no hatred or malice by that. It's literally just how I can just move on. And it's like, I'm not trying to force you. I'm not trying to make you. But like, if you want to come, let's have a heck of a time together.
And you will be, you know, like high achievers. Like, and it's not like good people like you. You know, like, believe me that you want to be around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there is good people that they want to take it. Like, you know, like, but it's just like, if you're a genuine people that you're giving, that you're working, you cannot mess around with other people because they're going to bring you down.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you talked about the law of attraction, and I think God put us together. I honestly do. There's some, you know, if we're to talk to him, he's like, yeah, for sure. I like move this string and put the, you know, I mean, how else could it happen? We meet in Nashville, Tennessee, like in the middle of the backwoods in some cabin place. Like, I mean, I didn't even know anybody there. I didn't know a soul.
We didn't know anybody there.
You
either.
didn't, yeah,
we
you didn't know anybody.
We walked down the hotel and we were like,
we get into a bus.
Oh,
We don't know where we're going.
Yeah,
we're going.
Like, we're blindfolded basically, and like, what are
Yeah.
they going to do to? They could have done anything. We could have been dead. Like, we didn't know anything about it, and it was kind of new at the time. Like, it was only their like 5th event ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, like, yeah, some random person I never met before invited me on Facebook, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it, because I didn't want to, and so that's why I did it. But you know, you talk about the law of attraction, like, I feel like that's why you need to just take action on the things that you don't want to do. Because I didn't want to go. I knew it would be hard. I wasn't in the best shape back then. Like, I needed to get like a kick in the butt, and that was a kick in the butt for me. But like attracts like, and even if it's on the other side of the world, or if it's anywhere in this world, I think God can see that. He can see the light within a soul and the energy and it's almost like he's just like, all right, these guys got to meet. Like, I got to put these people together, because if they can get together, it's going to be power. It's going to be fire.
Yes.
And I need them to meet. If they will just take action and open that door, I will do the rest. I will make it happen. And that has changed my life. And I really mean this. Like, it changes a whole family's life because of the work that you guys have done to help my brother and to expand his mind in things that he's never done before. That not only changes him, it changes his family. It changes my immediate family. I have 5 brothers. We all look at him different. We can invite. He's around us more. He has more energy. Like I literally like want to cry right now. I can feel it. Like the emotion. It's like it literally is. It's changed so many people's lives because of the work that you've done for one person. And for everybody listening to this, like, just give, like, unconditionally. Like, that was so unconditional. You're not making money.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I want to help this dude. And then look at all the people and not only that, dude, I have had countless people reach out to me on Instagram. Bro, I lost 40 pounds because your brother inspired me.
Wow.
I'm talking countless. I can't count how many people have been like, I started my fitness journey because I loved watching your brother, and he inspired me to start eating healthier and work out. It's like, you could have affected 100 people through one.
And it was you that talk.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember.
It was you talking about him. And then God telling me, hey,
Group effort.
And that person at church be like, hey, just pay for one day. I'm going to help you get out of depression, but you got to pay forward. And you came. It's like a constant cycle. Yeah. You know, it's just awesome, man. Like, I actually love it.
It really is.
It makes me happy to know this, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like mission accomplished, you know. And it's just what you say, give. And not a lot of people knows this. Actually, like, I think that only him and I knows. And it's the first time, like, I feel confident to say this, but when he started his business, when I found the real coaching, I was, for 8 months, I lived on a garage.
In a garage?
Yep.
On an air mattress, on a garage. You know, like, and many times that I could have been like, yeah, this is how much it is. It was just like, hey, yeah, this is how you do it. Here it is. Send me your email. I'll send you some stuff. I got you. On his case, he was sleeping on a couch.
Yeah, when I started Limitless.
I mean,
I just got kicked out of my girlfriend's, my ex-girlfriend's apartment. And then I was staying on a couch. My friend was gone for a month. He's like, yo, you can stay on my couch. Yeah.
That was,
and then that's when I just started. Dang. But I just got on my laptop and just started taking action. Like, that's all it takes.
Wow.
And many times I know people, because we talk about it, many people tell him, hey, I need coaching. You know, I don't have money though. And he's sent, you know, a bunch of stuff. Hey, look, here it is. How you do it. And that's what it is, like, just give. give, because as much as you give, you're gonna receive. And I received in happiness. He received in like, wow, we're helping people, you know. So I know this guy's gonna write a book one day. I mean, like,
for sure.
from couch to coach. I'll tell you that right now. You know,
I love that. That's gonna be the title of this, from couch to coach. Awesome.
It has to happen, you know. I'm working on mine now, which I will send you a copy. I'll be happy to send you a copy, you know. And it's just,
What's the name of it? What's the name of your book?
The Relentless Pursuit, The Journey to Greatness.
Boom.
You know, that's actually the book. I'm doing it for many reasons, and the main ones is my grandpa. One of them,
Your grandpa.
Yeah, he passed away when I was 10, and my life changed completely. You know, like, he made me understand so many things. I'm actually releasing it on January 5th, 2024. And I'm glad my family doesn't speak English, because I'm going to surprise every single one of them. They don't know anything.
Nice.
And, you know, and the other one is give people. You know, I understand that God gives you gifts. You're born with gifts that I don't have.
Yep.
He's born with gifts that I don't have. You're born with gifts that I don't have, cameraman.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to talk about those gifts that I have. How can I help people? When I write every night, it's like, how can I help? You know, like, all that. It's just like, help. Like, that's, like, you know, when you go to church and there's these missionaries and there's like this pastor, you know, this priest, like, you don't have to be a priest to help people. And that's what I want. You know, I want to accomplish God's mission through my body, through my mind.
Yeah.
That I go to the gym because I know that the better I am physically, the more I'm going to feel mentally, the more I'm going to be able to give, the more I'm going to be able to accomplish God's mission.
Yes.
You know, through me, through my body. You know, your body is your temple.
Yes.
You know, you have a job to keep it close to 100% all the time. You know, and
the thought that comes to my mind is the scripture, I'm hoping this is in your Bible. It's in mine, but everybody has, there's a bunch of different versions of the Bible. But by the way that it's written in mine is, by small and simple things, great things come to pass.
Yeah,
it's somewhat translatable. Yeah. And that's totally how I feel. Like, you don't have to be a pastor. You don't have to be like this great, like, but just small little movements, small little things. Great things can happen. Huge things. And I think that's how God works. I almost feel like it's his preferred method. You know, and it has the greatest impact. And what you said too, I think, is so key. And I wanted to point that out to the listeners, that this idea that you got to be on the top of your game physically and in every aspect, that your body is a temple, and that you've got to be able to cultivate every aspect of your life. And the reason I felt so like this has been the last couple months, I've really thought about that thought. If you feel depressed, which is going to happen, but if you feel that way all the time and you're not working on it, it takes effort and it's super hard. You're not going to take action when the opportunity is there. You won't see it. And most of the time we don't see it anyway. But you won't be just because you don't feel good. But maybe it's because you didn't dial in your nutrition, or you're not working out, because that gives you endorphins that make you feel good. Or maybe you're not journaling. Or maybe you're not reaching out to other people and being vulnerable and open like we've talked about. Or maybe you're not giving back to other people. Like, all these little things that we talked about, all these little secrets, if we start stacking those day after day after day, it's like when the opportunity arises, we feel good, and then we take action because we're like ready to take action.
Yes.
We're wired for it because of all the work that we've done on our temple to go and do it. And so then it's like, well, God just puts it right in front of you. He knows you're going to take action because you've proven it over and over. And that's why I think it's so important. No matter the cost. No matter the cost, invest in yourself. Like, I just spent $5,000 on a cold plunge.
Nice.
That's a lot of money.
Nice. Yeah.
Plunge.
Yeah.
The brand.
Plunge,
that's a good one.
That's a lot of money for a freaking bathtub.
Yes.
So worth it, though.
Yeah, so worth it.
But why did I do it? It's because it's so worth it for so many health benefits.
Oh, yeah.
I just bought a sauna that's out in my garage. It's an infrared sauna. So, there's so many health benefits there. Was it a lot of money? Yes. But would I rather have money just sitting in my bank account and feel like crap? Not that I feel like crap. But would I rather have it just, the money is nothing. We are everything. We are the greatest asset. Why? Money is just leverage for us to become the best version of ourselves. I don't want money sitting in the bank account. If I have too much money sitting in the bank, I got to find a place to put it, to leverage it to become a better version of me.
Yeah, we agree with that 100%.
Right?
Right. Like we also talk. Like, I mean, something that we're doing this trip is talk, because from state to state we travel like hours and we talk a lot. And one of the things that we're talking, like from Missouri to Texas, it was like we had so many months, like we made so much money.
Yeah.
Our happiness stayed the same.
Yes.
But we were sad because of other things.
Yes.
You know, it's just money sitting. Like at the end of the day, if you die rich, if you die poor, it doesn't matter. But what if you actually leave this earth knowing that, hey, actually change 500,000 lives, which is actually my goal. I want to help by the time I die, 500,000. And once I reach 1,000,000, you're like, I want to at least do 500,000 lives. You know, like just change them.
Yeah, you'll do it easy.
Impact them. Oh yeah, 100%. You know, and that's just my small goal. You know, there's more, like 100%. But if just gift, like I started give, you know, and also congratulations on the call tab.
What's that?
On the call tab, you know. Congratulations. It's good. Like,
thanks.
And you nailed it. You are actually investing into you. There's nothing better than investing into yourself. What's gonna add to you? And you're not buying the
cold plunge.
The cold plunge, sorry. You're not buying the cold plunge. You're actually buying the benefits that come with it.
Yes.
You know, you're gonna get in there first thing in the morning. You're gonna go to the sauna. You're gonna go to the cold plunge. You're gonna get every single benefit. You're gonna start the day better, feeling healthier. Your mind is gonna be at a better state, and you're gonna be able to do everything better. I guarantee you that.
Yes. Sure. Reduced anxiety, reduced depression, increase in testosterone, better sleep.
Yep.
Reducing cardiovascular disease, sauna, a lot of the same benefits, muscle recovery, inflammation, reducing inflammation, which inflammation, I believe, is a big cause of a lot of everything that we just talked about. Yes. And exactly, you're investing in those things, the result, if you do it. Like if you do it. But I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to do it because I've proven to myself that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Right. And so for me, it's like, $5,000, let it go. Let it fly. Because it's only going to make me a better version of me. And I know you guys are the same way, right? Because and this is why we attract each other. This is why we're friends. This is why we're around each other, is because we want to motivate and help and strengthen each other, and we want to help and impact a lot of other people that are just maybe living their life a little too easy. They're maybe just floating down life, and they haven't woke up yet to like, hey, this is it. Like, this is my shot. Right. I got to go make it happen. If it's meant to be, it's up to me.
And it comes with everything, you know, even the fitness programs, any fitness, any nutrition, any psychology. You don't pay for the program. You pay for the benefits that come with it, with the learning that comes with it, with everything that you're gonna be able to do afterwards. Better confidence. When you wake up, you look at the mirror naked. Are you happy? Yeah. You're gonna stay there happy. I'll be like, let's go. That's my baby. Look at that booty. You know. Or it's true. Or be like, or be like, oh my gosh,
I don't even want to look at myself.
I don't think I've ever turned around and looked at my booty. I'm glad to know that you do. That's cool.
You know,
confidence right there.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, so it's just like that. You invest into what comes with it. You don't invest into it.
Yes.
You know,
so good.
Another thing too is like when you walk into a room and you're in shape, you are seen completely differently than somebody that's out of shape.
Yes.
Like if you came in, you walked in, you were in shape, I want to do business with you before the guy who was overweight. Because I know you have discipline in your life. I know that you are taking your life seriously. You work out. That means in your business, in your life, in your personal life, whatever it might be, you are going in the right direction. Yeah. If you're overweight, I mean, you probably don't have a lot of things in your life together.
Yeah, and that's something themselves. Yeah, that's something we do all the time. Every time that we acquire a service, we ask a lot of questions, but we also look at who's there. It's like, if you cannot take care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of me?
Yes.
You know, and many times we have rejected business because of that. Dude. You know, or
you're a walking billboard.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like you
gotta
what
other people see. Yeah.
You know, but it's like, it's just what I said. Like, if you cannot take care of you, how are you gonna take care of me? Of you or me? Like, you gotta come always first. Yes. You know, you're not selfish for taking care of you. You know, you're not selfish for putting an hour into the gym, and you say, no, I'm not going to the gym because of my kids. You know, actually, you gotta go to the gym because of your kids.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Like, it's not selfish being it's not selfish to be like putting self-work into yourself, right? Like there's things that you can do like that really do benefit everybody else around you. But we live in this world where just go, and then we have nothing left in the tank, and you can't pour from an empty cup. No. So then how are you going to give back to your family? Yeah. So we have to take time for ourselves, and I think we struggle with that. So that is such a good point. Yeah. That is such a good point. And I want to wrap this up this way, because I think people are like listening to this and be like, these dudes are cool. I want to connect with these dudes. How do I find them? How do they find you?
Instagram, I think, is the easiest.
IG.
Yeah, we get many messages every day, and that's something that we actually stay very like authentic. Like we got many offers from people like, hey, let us run your Instagram. Hey, we'll get you weight from it, But it's like you
guys are the ones messaging back.
We actually want to connect with people. We actually want to be the brain behind the text. Like, hey, or the audio.
Be real and authentic.
Yeah, like real authentic. Hey, I might not answer, like right away, but hey, I'm gonna answer before I go to bed. And that's something that we're doing before going to bed. Like, while we work, but before bed, we're actually answering everybody. Yeah. Hey man, that's awesome. I'm super proud of you. Let's keep going. Like, hey, how can I help you? I'm not trying to make any money out of you. Just tell me, I'll connect you. I'll do that. And I think that being authentic is the best way to go.
So handles, what we're at Edy Gomez?
Edy Gomez 10, which is
10, okay.
EDYGOMEZ 10.
And then 10.
Yeah, 10.
And then Clint, CLINT_Riggin, RIGGIN.
That's how to find you guys.
Or you go to Eric Gubler followers and you put Edy and Clint.
I'm following. Yes, I'm following them. It's been a great episode. I appreciate you guys coming. It's been awesome because you guys are only here for this like short window, but I'm grateful that you guys came on the podcast while you're here in Utah. And I hope a lot of people hear this one, because I think there's going to be a lot of people that need to. And so we'll get it out to as many people as we can, because I think there's so many men and women struggling with a lot of the things that we talked about. And I think there were so many gems that you guys gave of how to pull yourself out, and you live it. So follow these guys. Go message them on Instagram. If you're listening to this episode, go connect with them. You guys will message back. You're those kind of people. 100%. If you're looking for somebody that's going to train you and hold you accountable, these are the guys. Like, I can tell you this with surety, because my brother, it's changed his life. It's changed my family's life. So if you guys want to be able to have somebody that's going to hold you accountable, these are your two guys right here.
And I'll tell you this, Eric. Everyone who's listening to this episode and wants to start a new life, I'll tell you that we'll give them a plan on us. Yeah.
Yeah, I have zero reservations that these two will not give 100%.
Promotion code Eric Gubler.
Yeah. Kickback of $0 because I don't want anything. I don't want to pay taxes on it.
No, so for real, man. Anyway, at least that's the easy part for us. Like we can help people. Yeah. Like that's what we want to do. So if we can impact people that are around you, because I know that if we help them, they're going to make you better. And I know you have power to help people. So we want to do that.
Appreciate it.
It'll take time, yeah. But hey, we have 10 hours to the next trip, right?
Yeah, we're all out the world.
So we've been working on the road. Let's do it.
This episode will come out in a couple weeks, so it probably won't be on the road when it comes out. But in a couple weeks, you'll be ready. And appreciate you guys being on. Guys, thanks for listening this far. Tune in for the next one. If you felt like you had value and got value from this episode, please share it. Share it on your Instagram. Share it in your social media. Like, go like and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. There's so much value in this podcast and that you guys gave today, and we just want to get it to as many people as possible. Really appreciate you guys' support and listening this far. We'll see you next time.